this is part 3 of the Temple of Time, and we start off with a bang here in part 3 with a mini-boss fight against the Dark Nut.
I'm not talking in this commentary.
He's going to leave this up to me.
Red, you get the first 4 minutes of this commentary, then I'm going to jump in after that.
Well, you're not going to like it because it's going to be 4 minutes of me giving you a hard time. If that's what you're going to do. Well, actually, I played this game before. Yeah.
I played the regular NES one.
Yeah.
Not this playthrough, but this playthrough was after. But, man, ever since I played the first Blue Dark Nuts in the NES, like, I've just had a hatred for Dark Nuts.
Oh,
it doesn't matter how easy they actually are. They just get in my head, dude. I just cannot defeat them.
Well, and the problem is, this one's not easy.
No, it's just he blocks, like, almost every single attack.
He does. Which is great. Your very first bomb, like,
First two.
Yeah. Because you gotta, like, blow off some of his armor.
Yeah.
Similar to the Iron Knuckles.
Yes.
From, like, Ocarina of Time, of course. But,
they were a lot easier.
Oh, yeah. They do a heck of a lot more damage with their axe than this guy
does. Like I said, I thought the first 2 hit him, but, like, I don't know why I got away from that strategy. Because I knew I couldn't, like, I think what I was trying to do is when he goes to attack, you can hit him, but it's like so hard to time.
To get the window.
Yeah, and you know, we're not expert Zelda players, so...
No, I think what starts hurting you is just getting the positioning of the bomb. And it's...
it is, because like, well, what I was trying to do was I was trying to shield bash him back into it, but when he hits you, he knocks you back, and so it's kind of hard.
And then he moves forward
like you said, to position him for that bomb.
Yep.
And so, like, that's, just he kept on coming after me, so...
It works so well against the lizards.
I guess the smart thing to do would be like throw the bomb and kind of stay away from him, because he doesn't walk towards you that much.
Because his attack also brings him towards you. So, and the whole time that statue's up there just taunting you.
Yes, it really is. You know that's the one. Well, I guess you really don't know, but you think it is the one you need.
Yeah, I mean, plus they kind of zoomed in on when we first walked into the room, so you had a pretty good idea that.
I'm sorry, dude. I had Dark Nuts in my mind already. Well,
at least he's not blue.
The enemy.
At least he's not blue, so it could be worse. But also, thankfully, his attacks don't do a lot of damage. I mean, they look painful, of course. Getting hit with a sword is never fun, but they don't do a lot of damage. He barely.
I was thinking like his armor off. Like, it'd just be easier to hit him for some reason, and it wasn't.
No. Well, and I thought that counterattack you had...
Did you not see me use it 20 times in this fight?
I meant the first time. I thought it would work great. Like,
I thought it worked the first time, the second time, the third time, it wouldn't work. That's what I was saying. Like, I thought it would keep on working, too.
I do have to kind of laugh at our...
Then when I blew myself up.
At our bomb placement.
When I was preparing today, watching these videos, I actually had a pretty good laugh about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to laugh because if you've watched a lot of our videos, you've seen us.
Well, it's like we said, we've always wanted to make a blooper reel.
Oh my goodness!
But we just have so much recorded material that it would just take so long to find all this stuff because we haven't recorded where it would happen.
And we honestly don't have that many bloopers per se. It makes when they happen that much.
We have played like through 8 Zelda games. We've got plenty of bloopers.
Now you were absolutely right. That's a very good point, by the way. But you mentioned earlier, like if you stay further away from him, he walks very slowly towards you. So, and that bomb got him perfect.
Dude, my feathers were ruffled by this point.
Dude, that was a great opening you consider. You got the first 3 or 4 sword strikes in.
I just like one thing. Like I love this with the motion controls, but I hate it at the same time. Was the sword play? Like I really like how they blocked it. Yeah, like it could fight with you, but at the same time I hate it because it was so frustrating.
It was. In my opinion, I think it's even more frustrating sometimes in Skyward Sword because it's more precise.
Yeah, it's just more precise. See, I like that, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good and a bad.
You know, even though I had a hard time with, because it took me almost 4 minutes.
Yeah, second stage you got it pretty good.
Even though I had a hard time with him, I really did like this mini boss.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Yes, he does.
He really does.
Does it fit the dungeon? Well, I guess it kind of like at night maybe.
I think he fits it better than the main boss.
Well, I definitely 100% agree with that point.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess he's like a knight defending the temple.
Yeah, I guess he does. I guess I would. Okay, he does fit here.
But I mean,
I changed my mind.
The thought would be like with all like the mechanical, like the robots and stuff like that we have fought, that would have made a little more sense. But
whatever. We thought that for the final boss also, but
yeah, maybe they didn't want to make it too much like Tower of the Gods, though, where you fought the giant statue at the end of that one.
But I like that one.
That was an interesting fight.
I'd be okay with something like that.
Yeah, I think they felt like they had to get a little bit.
At least, like we'll be getting there later on. But at least you use the statue.
True.
To your advantage or whatever.
And we do now get the dungeon item, and it's
the Dominion Rod.
It's called the Dominion Rod, and I gotta say, when I first saw that name, I thought it was gonna look a little more something like you'd find in the dungeon room of an adult store or something like that. But
I did think you were going to say something along those lines.
But this is not quite what I had in
I am
mind.
from a dungeon of an adult store.
Not that two guys playing Zelda frequents adult stores. We stay PG on this channel.
We just got back from there.
The dungeon, the Dominion rod I bought looks nothing like that. Anyway, the Dominion rod is basically a substitute for the command melody from Wind Waker, which if you've
It's so much better.
Have we commentated Wind Waker yet? Those dungeons?
Yes, we've got we did Tower of Gods.
Oh,
I'm glad you remembered.
we've done so many at this point.
So we sat there and complained about the command song for almost the whole dungeon.
Oh, it gets worse in that game too. But it's so nice to not have to whip that thing out and play that song every single time. Just to be able to shoot this little light bulb or orb or whatever you call it at not only the big statue that we're controlling now, but also some of these littler pots that will move around a little bit later.
The thing that brought me to Wind Waker wasn't so much playing the song, it was actually figuring out that you had to call the statues first to come to you to use them.
Yes.
That's what caused me problems.
A lot of things in Wind Waker with the command song cause me some problems. But the thing about controlling this guy, his hammer is awesome.
And like it kind of like I like because it does remind me of the hammer in Wind Waker actually, like the big old things you wind up and
what was it, the skull hammer? Is that what it's called?
Skull hammer. It's like far. I had a problem right here. I could not figure out that when you swung that thing and hit a wall, he didn't end up swinging his thing all the way. So. But yeah, like we didn't get a hammer in this game, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, so but like it's like there's been some hammers in some Zelda games like Link to the Past.
Of course, but that Link to the Past was such dinky.
Ocarina kind of had a nice hammer.
I wish you could use it more often. Yeah,
but it wasn't like really an item that you use much. But this one, the skull hammer and this one, you could do some damage.
Yeah, and we do. He ends up taking out some of the barriers that were puzzles earlier. Yeah. He just destroys them.
Next time I have some nails to hammer, I'm calling this guy.
Yeah, he might destroy whatever you're
use your adult store toy.
He might destroy whatever you're trying to have him hammer the nail into, but that's gonna happen. But I do like. I had that same thought too. I was like, it makes you kind of appreciate the hammer in some of the other games. So, but
it makes you appreciate the hammer less in other games actually. This one's so good.
True. Yeah, good.
But it's really not. But it's not. It's a hammer, but it's not like an item, though.
No,
you just get to use it for this dungeon. Now, if we could take the statue, if you could take this Dominion rod and carry the statue with you all over Hyrule, you could really mess some people up.
Why wouldn't you? You've got the Dominion rod. You've got the statue.
Well, it'd be a slow walk across Hyrule.
It would.
And why I thought you could break those? I don't know.
At least you can walk right through.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Epona could carry him on your horse's back.
No, dude, no.
That'd be
that thing's as big as Epona.
So that would be one broken horse.
Yeah.
But this is awesome. Like these obstacles that were in our way earlier, he's just like, no.
Yeah, he can break so many things. Just not the electrical barrier, which would make no sense. If anything, it should shock him.
At least you didn't try throwing a bomb.
Well, I guess it could be concrete and not metal. I was thinking he was metal.
Yeah, if it was metal, you'd think it would short him out or whatever happens to a big giant.
Well, it depends if the Dominion rod balls in him or not.
True.
He has no power without the. That was going to sound bad. So you know what I'm trying to say.
But at least he's able to destroy those barriers. He destroys these spinners. Thank goodness you don't have to worry about getting hit by him anymore.
Don't speak too soon.
Do you?
Well, something hits me. I think a spider jumps down off the wall or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's not that thing right there, though.
Not at all. Not at all.
Here you are saying, we still get hit by them, I get nailed by this one.
I forgot about that.
And I was going to let it go, but once he got me, I was like your OCD kind of kicked it. Well, mine was more revenge.
Yes.
You kind of had more of an OCD issue. I had more of a revenge issue. I won't worry about them until they hit me.
Yeah.
And then it's game on.
Yeah, then it's going to die.
Yes.
I did like how you, to get this statue up onto higher levels, you put him on those platforms you're about to see, and then you bring the smaller pot over to wait on the switch. It's just obviously they designed the dungeons to make use of the dungeon items. But I thought they were well done puzzles.
It took me forever. I know I say that in almost every single commentary, but I just had no clue you actually get those balls down, or not balls, but the little
pots or
whatever you want to call them. Had no idea you could use the Dominion rod on those the first time I played.
I think it just kind of hit me because it had the opening in the middle, and your big statue guy has the opening in the middle.
Oh, it makes complete sense.
But
sometimes things that make complete sense in Zelda don't always hit us.
But it's been a while since I've played this, so I could be misremembering that. Now, what I don't understand is how in the world these bell-shaped things magically transport this statue from place to place. I don't get it, but it's Zelda magic, man.
I wanted to have a flux capacitor.
It's got to. It's got to.
I guess that'd be more of a time element than
we are in the Temple of Time.
Yeah. I could be like, we were talking about transport, not like go back to time, I guess. So it kind of applied, but it didn't.
Still. Now, if we could put that thing in a DeLorean, I bet we'd get across to Hyrule a lot quicker.
Yes,
Now, obviously, we hate this scale puzzle, so we're just going to talk about anything else.
Yeah, we can see my throws weren't that good. Man, it took me forever, like, here we go. It took me forever the first time I played through this game. I could just not get the distance down, because you don't think he would throw them that far.
No, well, I'm just really thankful no one saw or recorded when I tried doing it in the Tower of the Gods. I missed on, like, the first 2 throws to get a pot onto the scales, and then just didn't think I could get him there. So
you just gave up on it, and that was the way you solved the puzzle.
So I kind of gave up on it for a while and ran around the dungeon like an idiot.
But I do like this little part right here because they bring back the claw shot from Lake Bed, and then we also bring back the spinner from Arbor, which anytime you can bring the spinner back in this game is worth it.
I know, this is I think like the second time we've used it in this dungeon, if I'm not mistaken. It's always been for because we used it going up the staircase earlier.
Yes,
but it's such a small part though.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you get to use it though.
Exactly.
We complain, and one thing we complained about in Arbiter's Rounds, was not being able to use that that much after that dungeon. So I mean, at least it might not be a lot, but
it's something.
At least it's something.
It is something, and that's something we complain about a lot in Zelda games, not reusing some items.
And that's kind of why I like the Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
Because you really use, well, actually, I guess you really didn't. You could just buy whichever ones you wanted and go to a certain dungeon. But really,
true.
I guess you really didn't use them that much after that dungeon. So, bad example. Every once in a while, I'll make them on our commentaries.
I feel like you can use them more out in the open, I guess, in like the world itself.
Yeah, a little bit. But things like the Fire Rod and Ice Rod, you really don't use those that often. So.
No, not a whole lot. But back on track. This will wrap up part 3 of Temple of Time.